Guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing good. Now today in this video we will all be saying who we think will be Arsenal's player of the season in the upcoming season. I'm going to kick off and start off with Gabriel Magalhaes because last season defensively he was amazing. I just think this season he's going to get even better. I think he's going to stand out a lot more, but obviously he was amazing last season, and yeah, I think he's going to get even more stronger, but obviously it's so tough because there's so many other players, you know, Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli I think will have a good season as well. But yeah, that's my player. It's been lovely to listen to who you guys have picked. I want to thank you all so much for sending your video message, and yeah guys, enjoy your video, comment down below who you think will be Arsenal's player of the season, and yeah.
Big up self, hope you're doing well. As a Man United supporter, here's who I think will be Arsenal's player of the season. I reckon it'll be Martin Odegaard, and that potentially could be my Norwegian bias, but I've been a big fan of this guy for a long time, even before he joined Arsenal, and I think he offers something that not a lot of people offers in that Arsenal team in regards to dictating play, creating a lot of chances. I think he will be a force to be reckoned with within this Arsenal team, and maybe potentially help y'all get the league. We never know, but big up. Make sure you do subscribe to Soph's channel.
Like August, but I think last season we obviously seen that it was obviously Martin Odegaard. I think Martin Odegaard was really impressive last season. I think you've got to say that he was very good. I think if it was anybody else, I would probably say maybe Saliba. I think Saliba and Gabriel were really good last season as well. And then you can quite clearly see that, you know, Bukayo Saka had a very good season as well. But who I think it could be, well, I suppose, you know, if you win the league, then, you know, you're supposed to have a very good goalkeeper, so it could be David Raya. I think Declan Rice had a very good season last season. I wouldn't be too surprised if he's in the running for him. And if Kai Havertz can get in the goals, then, you know, maybe he might get it. But I think the player who will probably get it, I'm going to say Declan Rice. I think last season he had a very good season. He obviously shown what he was all about, you know, coming in from West Ham. And I think if he has a very good season, I think he could be the one that maybe wins the player of the season. So my choice for Arsenal player of the season will be Declan Rice. Quite simple. I think he's been a very good signing for Arsenal. Seen what he's done at West Ham throughout the years as well. So yeah, I think if Arsenal have a very good season and obviously go on and lift the title, I think Declan Rice will win the player of the season.
Hi, this is Luke at AFC, and of course, thank you very much, Sophie from Guna Gossip, for letting me be part of your video. Thoughts on player of the season, who's going to be for Arsenal next season? Quite a tricky one at the moment, and I've been very impressed with some players in pre-season. Of course, we've only signed Calavori and so far at the moment, and Tommy Setford as a goalkeeper. And we're on the verge of signing a couple of more players like Miko Moreno. But I think player of the season, importantly players-wise, maybe Kai Havertz is a big shout-out as well, because you saw it last season, towards the end of the season, he started to pick up when Mikel Arteta started playing him in that false number 9. And I remember the last game when we lost to Liverpool in pre-season, he played him in the midfield, and then the second half he switched back up front and he scored the only goal for Arsenal and kind of changed the game a little bit. Okay, we didn't get the result, but I think maybe Kai Havertz could be a very important player for next season. Hopefully he can pick up his form from towards the end of last season, going into the brand new season in August. So, Sophie, thank you very much for letting me be part of your video, and thank you.
What's happening, people? Harry Scarf here, football content creator and YouTuber. Who do I think Arsenal's player of the season will be? I think that's a very good question. You know, came very close to Manchester City last season. The juggernaut of Manchester City, I think Arsenal done their bit. They been done well in the transfer window. California's come in to really improve, and I think this is Arsenal's year. I hate to say it's a Spurs fan, as you can see, but I do think this is Arsenal's year. Player of the year. I find it really tough. I'm going to go with Declan Rice. Stepped up at times last year. I think he's going to do it even more next year in the Champions League. Guide Arsenal to the latter stages of that, maybe a quarter-final, semi-final. So I think Arsenal will be very good next season, and Declan Rice will be your player of the season. But thank you for this opportunity.
Okay, so my player of the year is going to be something that probably no one will think of. Like, you probably have people saying Martin Odegaard, Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, David Raya, Leandro Trossard, or Gabriel Jesus. But my one is going to be Justin Timber. He only played 2 games last season, so he's had a full... I know he's out injured for most of the season last year, but he could become good after that injury layoff, and hopefully he does the job for us. Okay, so my player of the year is going to be something that probably no one will think of. Like, you probably have people saying Martin Odegaard, Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, David Raya, Leandro Trossard, or Gabriel Jesus. But my one is going to be Justin Timber. He only played 2 games last season, so he's had a full... I know he's out injured for most of the season last year, but he could become good after that injury layoff, and hopefully he does the job for us.
Hi Sophie, it's John Sinclair TV. I hope you're well, and I hope you're having a good few days. And I'm still in Tokyo, and I'm leaving on a flight to Miami's at 10 to 10 local time here, and I'll be back 10 to 8 in the morning back home. And yeah, for me, the player of the season for this season, I'm gonna go with Declan Rice, because I think Declan's come in and he's made a huge difference for our team. I mean, he has some fantastic games. He's the sort of mid you want to have in your side. Someone's going to come in and make a difference in a CDM, and with his pass ability and his runs and his height, and also his all-round action as well. But for me, I'm going to just pip Declan in front of Saka this season, because for me, he's an outstanding player. So, Sophie, the player of the season for Arsenal, for you guys, it's Declan Rice. And I hope you have a fantastic season like you did last season.
Hi, Soph. The player of the season for 24-25. I don't think it's as easy as it probably sounds to some people. There's probably 4 standout candidates. So we're thinking Rice, Saliba, Odegaard and Saka. Gabriel might be close, maybe a Ben White, but I think in terms of standout candidates, they're the 4. There's only been a few players that have actually won more awards than Saka and Odegaard. If you look at the history books, Thierry Henry is number 1. He's won 4 of these awards. And then Liam Brady and Tony Adams have won 3 each. Odegaard and Saka have won 2 each, so maybe it's time for someone else to step up. So maybe it is a Declan Rice or a Saliba, but I feel that if we're winning the title, it's going to be one of the players in an attacking area. So that obviously rules out Saliba, and Declan Rice, I think, is going to probably play a little bit deeper if we get a new left 8 in. So out of Saka and Odegaard, I think it's probably going to be Saka. Maybe it's the kind of the fairy tale story that I want, with us winning the title and a hell ender being there and winning player of the season, not just for Arsenal, but for the Premier League. But we'll wait and see. Speak soon, and thanks very much, Soph. Cheers.
Hi Sophie, so I think Arsenal's player of the season is going to be Odegaard. I think it could be a lot of players, but I think Odegaard is a special player. He's got something special in his locker with a special pass. And I think if Marino's coming into midfield with Declan Rice, that can free up Odegaard to do some special work in the final third. And I generally think Arsenal are going to play some really good football next year.
Hi Guna Gossip TV, this is Ars Hind from Mumbai, India. And I think this year Arsenal's player of the season will be our captain Martin Odegaard. He has huge responsibilities on his shoulders, and he has come close last year, but I believe that he will try his utmost best to win us the title this season. Thank you.
Just on men's player of the year, Tough one, isn't it? The team is so strong now. Like, there's probably no player, like in the starting 11 at least, that you'd think would have a bad season. So I'm going to give you two. One is quite boring. I think Saka will be player of the year. I think he'll be our top scorer, close to top assister. He's just a brilliant player. So I'm going to go Saka player of the year. But big shout out to Gabriel at centre back. I think with Saliba being so good, Gabriel kind of gets not criticism, but he doesn't get the plaudits he deserves. And he's been solid for like pretty much since we signed him. So Saka for player of the year, but shout out to Gabriel.